Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Sorry I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, but I'm hoping for this new year, 2015, to actually get some more content on here. But I did find something at Kroger that I bought recently, and I want to share it with everyone because it is this magazine, and it's called The 30 Most Epic Fandoms of All Time. And I kind of wanted to just go through it. So at number 30, starting at number 30 is The Princess Bride. And of course I'm in this fandom. I don't know why you wouldn't be in this fandom. It is one of the most epic movies of all time. Really good book too. I've watched this movie countless times. I don't even know how many times. It's so quotable. It's got something for everyone. It's got romance, adventure, comedy, fantasy, whatever you want, it's in there. So if you haven't seen The Princess Bride, go watch it now. I'm telling you, you'll like it. Number 29 on the list is Dexter, the TV show about a killer. I think that's what it is. I mean, I've never actually seen Dexter, and I don't really think I ever want to see Dexter. I'm definitely not a part of this one. Never really liked the premise anyway, so that's a no for me. Number 28, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Of course I'm in this one. I love My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, especially because it's Lauren Faust. Creator Lauren Faust also did Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I loved those growing up. So when this came out, I was kind of iffy at first because it is a girl show, but it is really worth looking into. At least watch a couple of episodes. All the characters are so relatable. You're going to find at least one that you can relate to. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a brony, and my favorite pony is Fluttershy. Number 27 is Futurama. I love Futurama. I don't know who wouldn't love Futurama. I mean, I'm surprised it's not Simpsons. It's from the same creator as Simpsons, and what it's about is this guy, the orange hair, Fry. He's from 1999, and he ends up in a cryo chamber for 1,000 years and wakes up, and it's the year 3000, and he has to live there and get a job, but it's a comedy about sci-fi movies. Number 26, Battlestar Galactica. I have actually never seen this, the original series or this one. I would very much be interested to watch it. I just have no opinions on it now because I've never seen it, but it's definitely something I would want to look into. Number 25, Minecraft. If you haven't heard about Minecraft, I don't know where you've been, but I'm actually not a part of this fandom because I've never played the game, so I really have no opinion. I'm sure it's really fun, but I've never played it, so I have no opinion on it. Oh, number 24. I'm definitely part of this fandom. Studio Ghibli. I say Ghibli. I know people also say Ghibli. I don't really know what it is supposed to be, but I do love it. Hayao Miyazaki is an amazing director and animator, and all his movies are just amazing. All the ones I've seen, they're just beautifully made, beautiful animations, really great stories and characters. I own about 11 or 12 of them at this point. I just love Ghibli movies so much. Number 23, Adventure Time. Yes, I actually am part of this fandom. It's kind of like a mix between actual story and craziness like SpongeBob, but they hint that it's a post-apocalyptic world, and Finn is the last human, and he has to have all these weird interactions with things that are not human, and it's actually one of my favorite cartoons. Number 22, Transformers, Robots in Disguise. But I actually am not a part of this fandom. I only saw the first movie. I'm just not really interested in Transformers all that much. Now this one I am very much interested. This is actually my favorite American cartoon. Number 21, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Legend of Korra, which takes place about 70 years later from the original. This is such an awesome animation. If you haven't already seen it, you should go see it. Don't base it on the movie at all. The movie sucks. The TV show is so much better. They pay so much attention to detail. The story throughout is just really great. It's one of those rare cartoons that actually has a story arc and not just random things happening all the time. So I really appreciate that, and they're very much worth checking out. Beautiful animations, beautiful story. I just love it. I just love everything about it. Number 20 on the list is The Big Bang Theory. I actually am a part of this fandom. Ever since it started, I could relate a lot to Sheldon. And after I found out I had Asperger's, I realized that Sheldon has a lot of the Asperger traits. I think he's based off of a person that they knew, and the person that they knew probably has Asperger's. So and plus I can get like most of the references that they talk about, even some of the more scientific things that they talk about. So yeah, I just wish there wasn't so much focus on sex. But that's the asexual part of me saying that. It's definitely a big hit, and definitely one of my favorite sitcoms. But number 19 is Sherlock Holmes. And I think this encompasses all Sherlock-related things from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle stories to the different movies and shows that are out there. My favorite by far is Benedict Cumberbatch's. I have only read a few of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's original Sherlock stories. I need to read more. We actually have a compilation of all his stories, so I need to just sit down and read them. But yes, I am definitely a part of Sherlock fandom. I just feel kind of bad because I know that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle despised Sherlock, the character, and was afraid that he would go down for being the creator of Sherlock, and that's what he's best known for. And I kind of feel bad for him about that because he wrote other books and he wrote other stories, not just Sherlock, but he's known for Sherlock. On to number 18, and I am definitely a part of this fandom. This is actually one of my favorite all-time directors, Tim Burton. He also might have Asperger's. Helena Bonham Carter said she thinks he might. And he's also an artist. He started out as a Disney artist. He worked on like Fox and the Hound, I think, and his style was just so dark that Disney fired him. But then he went on to make his own stuff, and I think that was a really good decision because he can actually make him look the way he wants him to without having to worry about like the aesthetic of the company. I love a lot of Tim Burton's movies. My favorite one would probably have to be Edward Scissorhands. That was like one of the first Tim Burton movies I ever saw. It's the first one with Johnny Depp, and it started their whole relationship together. Great story too. I can relate so much to Edward Scissorhands, where you feel like there's something wrong with you and you can't really quite fit in. But yeah, I love Tim Burton's stuff. I just love his aesthetic. I love his storytelling. I love his original things. I love his remakes. So yeah, definitely part of the Tim Burton fandom. Number 17. Walking Dead. Oh yeah. I like that this even has a picture from the comics and from the show. That's got that half zombie in the middle. But yeah, I'm definitely a part of the Walking Dead fandom. I've only read like one book of the comics, but I love the show. I didn't think I was a zombie person until I started watching Walking Dead. Number 16. Dungeons and Dragons. Never gone into this. Actually, wasn't really allowed to get into this, so I never was interested. So I don't really have much to say about that. Number 15. Chronicles of Narnia. I am a part of this fandom, though I must say it's not one of my favorites. There's people I know who it's like their favorite all-time movie and all-time favorite book. The movies are okay, but definitely worth reading, definitely worth watching. Love C.S. Lewis's work, but I think I'm more partial to his space trilogy than I am to the Chronicles of Narnia, personally. I don't know, that's just me, but yeah, I do like Narnia. Number 14, J.J. Abrams. I actually didn't know J.J. Abrams worked on Lost, so yeah, I do like J.J. Abrams. I like his new Star Trek stuff, and he's also going to be directing Star Wars. I don't know if they're going to be talking about that in here. I like J.J. Abrams, okay? Number 13, Breaking Bad. Never actually got into this. I think it's on Netflix, so it's one of the things I want to watch, but I don't know enough about it to give an opinion on it. Number 12. Oh, I know most of my friends are into this. Joss Whedon! Yes! Loved Firefly. Loved Buffy. Joss Whedon is amazing. Plus he did Avengers, so what's not to like about Avengers? Also, Dollhouse. I've been watching Dollhouse, and that's actually really interesting. I like it. Number 11. Legend of Zelda. Who doesn't like this game? Or at least one of the games. I mean, Legend of Zelda is so epic. I'm glad it made it on this list. I've only played 2 all the way through, and I played the first one on a mod. I'm definitely part of Legend of Zelda fandom. I even have a bunch of Legend of Zelda merchandise. Like, I even have a Master Sword now. So, yes, I'm definitely in Legend of Zelda. Number 10 is Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. I actually have never played the games, but I was really obsessed with the original cartoon when it first came out. So yeah. Number 9, more recent. Hunger Games. Oh yes. I actually like Hunger Games. The books are especially good, and if you are interested in the movies, I really recommend reading the books because they offer so much more insight, and it's actually from Katniss's perspective. It's first person, present tense, which was a little interesting to get used to, but I think most young adult authors are writing like that now. This next one, it's number 8. It is Harry Potter. I'm surprised this isn't up further because it's one of the biggest franchises ever. At least it made it to top 10. But yeah, kinda in this one, kinda not. I've watched all the movies and I've read half the books. I'm like halfway through book 4. And I did like the movies okay. They're definitely not my favorites. But the stories, they just seem so disjointed to me. Now, it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, I like it, but it's not really something I'm really into. Now this is, I was so obsessed with this franchise when when the movies first came out that I just took over my life. I mean, it's even on my shirt now. But number 7 is The Lord of the Rings. And I am assuming this includes The Hobbit. Lord of the Rings, the movies, are what got me into being a geek. That and X-Men. And I owe a lot to J.R.R. Tolkien. I owe a lot to the creators of the movies because that's really what got me into fantasy and into geekdom altogether. I love the books. I really love the movies. They're so well made. Not only a really great movie and story, but it revolutionized the industry. Number 6, not so much. Game of Thrones. Which, 1, I don't have HBO. 2, I don't want to read the books because they're so long. And 3, from what I hear, it's all about violence, sex, and politics. None of those are things I'm interested in, really. I have nothing to say about that other than I would probably recommend not watching it. Number 5, not a big fan. DC Comics, just not a big fan. I never read the comics. The biggest stars from DC are Batman and Superman, and I just don't like them as superheroes. I don't like their characters. I just never really got into them. I watched Batman movies growing up. I saw Superman maybe once or twice, and just never really got into it. Never did. Don't even like Batman that much. I know a lot of people do, but I just don't like it. And I'm glad that they have this one right after. It's actually before. It's number 4. Marvel. And this one I am interested in. Again, I have never read the comics, but the movies that have been out and some of the cartoons that have come out, I adore. I love a lot of the characters, especially some of the bad guys, which I want to share with you since we're on the Marvel topic. I recently got some really nice 6th scale action figures, highly detailed, super detailed. I bought them with some Christmas money I had, and I want to share them with you because this camera won't do them justice, but I at least want you to see they're about a foot tall. So this is Bucky, the Winter Soldier, and he is so detailed. I don't know if you can see, but his head, it looks so realistic. Even his arm is really cool. His clothes are real and everything. Those boots, even just those boots are amazing. They're like real, like pleather. His guns are awesome. And like you can actually cock the pistol. But yeah, so that's Bucky. I don't really like him a lot, but Loki has to be my favorite character. And so this is just awesome. It's, again, really close attention to detail. I mean, even just look at the face. Oh, so awesome. I'm so glad I got these. He didn't have as many accessories. Bucky had like a whole bunch of weapons. All Loki has is this little knife. I just had to show those to you because I just think they're just so awesome. But yeah, definitely into the Marvel fandom. Definitely. Can't wait for Age of Ultron to come out. Can't wait. And I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm keeping up with that as well. So number 3. Doctor Who. I'm definitely into this one. This is probably one of my all-time favorite shows ever. Only recently got into it, maybe about a year or two ago. I've seen all of them from Christopher Eccleston on. I've seen a few of the originals. I just love this, and I love how Neil Gaiman describes it as Doctor Who isn't a sci-fi show. It's more like a fairy tale. And I think that's so true, and that's one of the reasons I like it so much. And since he can travel through all of time and space, you never know what's going to happen. So they might be finding some aliens, or they might be meeting Vincent van Gogh. You never really know what's going to happen. Love, love, love it. I don't really know what else I could say about it, but number 2, Star Wars. And this even is coming out with a new one, so all of us are excited. I'm definitely interested in Star Wars. Watched the originals ever since I was a little kid. I think I've grown up with Star Wars. And I actually like the prequels. There, I said it. I like the prequels. Yeah, some of it's not that great story-wise, but I still like them. I still like all of them. I love Star Wars more than this next one, which is number 1. And I'm also a part of it. But again, I like Star Wars better, but it is Star Trek. And I'm kind of in this fandom, kind of not. I watched a whole bunch of episodes of the original one with Kirk and Spock. I love Spock, but I don't like Kirk, and I don't like that they impose their beliefs onto other planets, like humans have it all figured out and aliens don't. But it definitely revolutionized the sci-fi genre. It started out so early. I mean, Doctor Who was even earlier, but Doctor Who didn't focus on like the ships and things, and Star Trek did. I do like Picard better, but I actually haven't seen as many of the Next Generation. I do really like the movies that are out, the J.J. Abrams movies that are out. So that's it. Ran quite a bit. I'm sorry this video took so long. I just wanted to share that with you and kind of see, what I'm interested in, and to see how they arranged it. So what do you think? Are you a part of a lot of these fandoms? Maybe say how many you are. I am a part of, I counted 22 of the 30. I know a lot of friends of mine are really into most of this. I can see why, all of them are there. I'm sad some of them didn't make it on there, like Supernatural and some anime, but, life is life. You can't always get what you want. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm sorry it took so long again, but I'm hoping to make some more videos, more along those lines of the geekiness and everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a really great week.